Welcome to Lingua Latina, Chapter 5, Lesson 1, Exercises. Here, for this first exercise, you can see in the margin that what it is testing is the difference between the nominative and the accusative, singular and plural. So here we have us, us nominative singular, accusative singular, and e nominative plural, and os accusative plural. So if you had servus here, for example, servus would be the slave is walking. Servi would be like the slaves, plural, are walking. Servum would be I met the slave, and servos, I met the slaves, plural. You have the same thing down here with am and I as. Like Ankila, the slave girl, Ankilam, I met the slave girl, etc. Down below here we have the neuter, and a. The reason there's only one example for each here is that in the neuter, the nominative and accusative are the same. So you should memorize that rule. Neuter, nominative, accusative, the same. So verbum could be the word is on the page. Verbum could also be I wrote the word, receiving the action. Same thing for whereby the words are on the page, and whereby I wrote the words, plural, whereby. So here we have an example. Serbla abest, servus abest, and dominus ser blank vocat. So here we have the object, right? The master calls the slave, accusative. Let's try exercise 2. This is a vocab exercise, so make sure that you've studied your margin notes, you've listened to the margin notes, that you have done your flashcards or whatever the method you're using to memorize your vocab so you know it well backward and forward. So here in the first example, Julius in magna villa habitat, right? And Julius magnam villam cum magno horto habet. Julius has a large house with a large garden. Let's try exercise 3. Here in the margin we see that we're being checked on the singular and plural third person verb endings. So ought and aunt, et, ent, it, iunt. For ought, we could have an example of salutat and salutant. Dominus salutat, the master greets. Domini, plural, salutant, the masters greet. So notice that the ending has to match the noun, the subject. The singular verb has to have a singular subject. So let's try this first one. Julius in villa. Julius is singular, so it's habitat. Julius et Aemilia in villa. They both habitant. Go ahead and try the rest of those singular and plural examples. Let's try exercise 4. Here we have ablative again, o and is, and then a. So ablative singular, o, like servo, cum servo, and is, cum servis. A would be like ankila, cum ankila, with the slave girl, and is the same for a. So it's a and is in the plural, so it would be ser ankilis, cum ankilis. So let's give this a try. Julius in magna villa habitat. Julius lives in a large house, singular. Cum Aemilia, singular. Et cum liberis et servis, all plural. Okay, let's give exercise 5 a try. Here we have our last exercise for this section. Ubi habitat Julius. Where does Julius live? And after reading that section 3 times carefully, we should be able to give a good Latin sentence. Julius in magna villa habitat. Julius lives in a large house. Okay, let's try one more. Num Julius solus habitat. Num means surely not. So surely Julius does not live in the house alone. Non solus sed cum liberis et Aemilia.